Hi folks, this is Nikhil and you are learning Golang with me. In this session I am going to talk about the composite literal in Golang. So let's get started. In any of the languages, there are two types of data types. One is simple data type or the primitive data type or the basic data type, and the second one is the complex data type. And in Golang I already explained about the primitive data types such as int, string, boolean, and the complex data types such as struct, slice or array. In case of complex data type, it really does not matter whether the collection is of the heterogeneous entities or it is of the homogeneous entities. Now I am taking that complex data type to the next level, in which I will be creating the composite literal to explain how to make use of the struct and the slice and the variadic parameter together to create the powerful complex composite literal. So in this example I have a very simple function that takes the variadic parameter in the format of the integer. The multiply numbers takes the integer slice or the variadic parameter, and then I am iterating over the collection of the numbers using the for range feature of Golang or the iterative capability of Golang, and then I am multiplying numbers together, and then I have the result which is getting returned to the caller. Now I have the struct which is made of four entities. First one is the number, second one is the number, third one is the num3 which is the collection of the integers, and fourth one is the result. Now for now we can ignore result. For this particular session, the result is not that helpful. Now in the main function I have the test data, which is I am preparing for the table test. Now the test data is nothing but the slice of the test struct. So it also implies that this particular data will be made up of the collection of the test struct instances. So that's why when I create the slice, then the first opening bracket over here implies that it is the beginning of my slice of the test. Then I have the declaration of the test, because now I am going to define the instance of the test struct, and then the first curly bracket over here indicates that this is the opening or this is the definition of my test struct instance. So this entire highlighted portion indicates the instance, the first instance of my struct test. So num1 is 10, num2 is 20, and num3, now num3, remember, it is the collection of the integers. So num3 over here, it is the slice. So I have to follow the pattern which forces me to start with num3 colon and then the integer slice of integers and then the third opening bracket. So this is the first opening bracket, this is the second, so this is first, this is second, and this is second, and this is third one. So the third opening bracket implies the definition, the beginning of definition of my num3. So 22, 3, they form the num3, and result is the fourth entity, and then I have to follow the comma over here indicates that it is the end of my test struct. Then follows the second instance of my test struct. Over here num1 is 30, num2 is 40, num3 is minus 10 and 20, which is the collection of my integers. The result is 30. So now what is the expected result? So expected result is 200 into 6 into 20, which is 24,000, and over here it is 30 into 40 and then minus 200. So in order to pass this as the variadic integer parameter, I have to first iterate over the test data, which is nothing but the collection of the test struct instances, and then once I get the value, I have the value num3, value num1 and value num2. Now remember that numbers is my variadic integer parameter, so I cannot simply pass num1, num2, num3. I have to append num1 and num2 to my num3, which is the integer slice. I have to pass that num3 as the variadic integer parameter. So this format is absolutely required, and then I'm just displaying the result. That's what I'm doing. So if I run this, then I'm bound to get 24,000 and minus to 40,000 as the result. Now I can add the one more struct or two more struct or nested struct to make this example a little bit more complex, but I believe that you have got the point, that in order to have the composite literal, you have to make use of the struct, and then inside the struct you could have the slice of integer, which is nothing but homogeneous collection, or you can have the another struct instance, which is the heterogeneous collection of the entities. So that's how you make use of the composite literal in Golang. That's it for now. See you in the next session.